I'm gonna start recording this video by complaining about a mistake I made in the beginning of the last video. I kept saying that that was at Dutch Wonderland was the third of four parks I visited in one day. This is the third of four parks I visited in one day. That was the second, and I kept repeating that fuck up. No, what happened is that was the third video I recorded today. This is my fourth video recording today. I know that this is the best intro you've ever heard in your life, but I've been drinking. I'm high as a fuck. And we're pulling into the third stop of the day at Playland's Castaway Cove in New Jersey. Fuck that shit. I don't know what I'm flipping off. I might have been a bad driver, might have been myself. I don't know. But we were ready to get them. And look, when I first thought about Playland's Castaway Cove being a part of this trip, Colson like somehow didn't know this thing existed, even though he's been on like 500 something credits. Like I was like, dude, we need to be talking about this. This might be the best steel boardwalk coaster in the fucking planet. And after I wrote it, I fucking believed it. It was true. Until later in this trip, and I'll tell you about that later. It doesn't matter. One thing I saw years ago, but forgot about it, but saw it again. They had on fucking Captain Coaster ranking all of the coasters in the world, and I was doing like an inventorying of what I've done and what I haven't, and at the bottom of the list, because they actually ranked defunct coasters on it, which is interesting, they had the old fucking bullshit at Playland's Castaway Cove. It was, what was it called? Like Python, right? The Pinfari's eye. Dude, that looked like a piece of fuck. That I would have rather not even had a roller coaster than that. I'm sorry, you guys, that's hilarious. What a bad thing. But what we're looking at is its replacement, which is not a bad thing, because Gale Force is fucking amazing, dude. I can't believe how much excellence they squeezed into such a small footprint. The last couple videos, as I've been drinking, I've been making fun of S&S. I've been saying, look, they're fucking up. You got Dododampa fucked up, steel curtains fucked up, breaking spines, not having reliability, and look, this was one of them too. When Gale Force first came out, I'll tell you about Wild Waves. Boy, do I have things to say about Wild Waves. But look, when I first heard about Gale Force, I'm losing my train of thought. Cause look, I've been drinking and I've been smoking. Let me try to. It rules, man. And I'm really, I'm losing it. Anyway, look, I'm looking down some New Jersey shit. We started the day in Pennsylvania, and I didn't realize as I was pulling in to this park, and there's a cool little revelation that happens here. I've been watching The Sopranos with my girlfriend. I watched it like 4, 5, fucking 6 times before, but this was the first time. And I looked to the left, and that little pan to the left. I looked, wait a minute, that's the scene where Pussy was like the dream when he got, yes, there's a character in Sopranos called Pussy. I think it's hilarious. But like he was the fish on the fucking wharf or something. And I'm like, whoa, that's where it was. That's cool. Me, the reason that's exciting to me and probably not to you resident of New Jersey, is because I live in Louisiana, the land of no opportunities and nothing interesting. So me seeing this shit is fucking interesting. This was one of the coolest trips of my life because it's the opposite of Louisiana is what I'm doing right now. And in the spirit of New Jersey and friendliness and alcoholism, like, give me a sec, I'm drinking. This is my 4th drink of the night. It's a Jägermeister ginger and water because I've been 3 brothers from Italy pizza. Oh, dude, well, let me drink my thing before I... But anyway, so we had to stop here because Gale Force quad launch fucking... Oh, I remember what I forgot. It's that S&S actually technically did fuck up because when it was open, it was a tragedy. It was a piece of shit, and they had to reconstruct the coaster from scratch to not suck. But their redoing went from a piece of shit to amazing good shit that cracked my top 100. And I mean, it left my top 100 by the end of the trip because I visited like 14 more parks after this. But it was like my number 96 at its peak, I think, something like that. And made it to 106 out of 455. There's my tickets. Extremely overpriced. They just said, because the locals are so vapid and stupid or something, apparently, they just said, Big Blue Coaster, $10. I don't think the locals actually are stupid, by the way, but that's how they presented to themselves, to the public. The Big Blue Coaster, idiot. Stop asking what Gale Force is. Just give me my fucking $10. Anyway, Everything else was overpriced. It was like $6 for whatever. I don't remember the exact prices. I basically just charged it to the card on this trip and just forgot about it till later. It makes me sound like a rich bougie motherfucker to not worry about like the prices of all this shit. But I saved forever so that I could spend what amounted to, I checked finally, $5,000 visiting these 18 parks. And that was with like my friend had like some hookup, some Hilton shit where I didn't even pay for hotels. Didn't even really pay for the rental car, and I still spent $5,000. Like fucking the Northeast, it's so expensive to exist here. But look, it doesn't matter. I'm glad I was here. I had such a fucking good time. And look, Gale Force was awesome. 4 freaking launches, extremely intense. That is right. That is what a Skyrocket 2 wishes it was. Like comparing this to a Skyrocket 2, it's like comparing like your little like fucking like children's park steel coaster to fucking Steel Vengeance. That's exaggerated. I'm exaggerating, but look, check out Wild Waves though. Wild Waves rules, man. I was told that like some like late expansion thing that they just built it to wrap around Gale Force. And, woo, dueling shot, let's get them. And it looks kind of like a generic just Pinfari nonsense thing. No, man, I loved fucking Wild Waves, and I couldn't fucking believe it. It was profiled like a horse's fucking ass. It's janky as all shit, and I had so much fun on it. Like Gale Force, I had more fun on that because Gale Force is of course a better coaster. But to replace Python with a combination of Wild Waves and Gale Force, oh my god! I haven't seen such a plot of land upgraded like by square foot in my entire life. I haven't seen such quality. That orange coaster right there, before I forget to even mention it exists. What's it called? I'm on RC. I have an RCDB tab waiting. Whirlwind. It exists. It's SBF spinner. Whatever. It's fine. I didn't rank it. Worst in the world. The worst Aero Mine train or something. I don't rank coasters that are worse than the worst Aero Mine train. Anyway, we're walking up to Wild Waves, and oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not trying to sound like the Kool-Aid man. I just remembered that the ride up. This dude fucking rules. I'm sure his name tag gets seen in this video. 5-star review, give him a raise. I was like holding the camera like, there's no way they let me record on Gale Force, huh? And he's like, probably not. But I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna fucking look the other way. You want to record on this? And like, yeah, of course I do. So we're gonna ride Wild Waves. I know you don't get to see POVs very often on this channel, but here's one. And I'll tell you what, before you get excited about a POV on Gale Force, no fucking way. And it was really fucking hilarious because I went in knowing I was gonna be told no. And they had like this hard ass guy. One of the things I've seen about these New York, New Jersey boardwalk operators who own their shit, clearly, they're such hard asses. They're not friendly, they're stern. And I was like, there's no way I can even pull out my chest, because I had a chest mount. There's no way I can put on a chest mount on this ride, right? And he was like, absolutely no chance in hell, son, or something like that. And he wasn't rude about it, but he was just so stern, just like so blunt. I'm like, I appreciate that. So there's not that. And also, I couldn't have even used my chest mount on Gale Force because the restraints would have completely smothered it. So I don't know. Did someone wear a fucking thing planted on their head to record the POVs on that? It must have been mounted on the train. Shit I'm not doing, but hey, I don't have to mount shit on Wild Waves. I just have to survive the jank. Look at the view, man. Like city streets, New Jersey, shit. People with a lot more money than me who own that fucking real estate over there. Beach. Like, what else do you want from a janky fucking Vekoma? Was it Vekoma? I don't know. No, ENF Miler. And I'll tell you what, look. ENF Miler's made some rankable shit lately, man. I hear Prairie Screamer is fucking amazing, and if it's anything like the fucking shit at Fun Spot Kissimmee, which was like legitimately excellent, I really enjoyed it. Plus this, ENF Miler is dramatically a manufacturer I respect more than SBF Visa and Pinfari and, you know, the rejects of the roller coaster world. Certainly better than like Analog and fucking Meisho and shit. Granted, I have no opinion on all of those because I haven't been to fucking Japan or Russia or wherever the fuck Analog is from. I don't even know why I remember that roller coaster manufacturer. Look, let me drink my shitty ass drink while this thing like fucking hits the brakes over and over again. I paid money, like I paid exorbitant amounts of money to ride Wild Waves again, even though we had like an hour here or something, because this was the third park of 4 pit stops on this day. And no, we were able to get enough time for 3 gales. No, we were in line for the 3rd gale force, but then it went from like 10 minutes to 25-minute wait, and we didn't want to fuck up the time at Maury's Piers, the next place we're going. So I got 2 Wild Waves, 2 gales, and 1 each on the whatevers. Their kiddie coaster, fuck, what a piece of flying fucking shit that was. I don't know if it's recorded. Yeah, there's 4 minutes left, so I'm assuming it actually is. Anyway, we're getting on Gale Space Force, which is pretty funny that they can't really agree on exactly how their roller coaster is called, because it's branded Gale Force as one word. You know, Playland's Cast Space Away Cove. So yeah, that ride operator who told me no was somewhere in there. It was great. I mean, it was great. The launches were stupid. The fucking ejector airtime you feel on that. And then when you finally are enjoying it, it sends you on another round, just like on your favorite kiddie coaster. And the result of that is it's a surprisingly long and fulfilling, excellent experience on a boardwalk steel coaster. That thing should be cloned everywhere. That is so much better than Batman the Ride. Clone that. Don't clone Batman the Ride. They need to put that on every fucking pier out there. I mean, that should be honestly what SNS puts their eggs into that basket rather than fucking mistakes. I mean, these air tower launch shits, you know, hey, let's just send it forward rather than up and down. That's Hypersonic, XLC, and Dododumpa. Well, both of those fuckers are closed. God damn it, because like their concepts are great. Gale Force, like I hope that this thing doesn't have like only a couple seasons left before it kills somebody or something. You know, God forbid, and I don't think it will. I'm not trying to like fucking manifest that there's gonna be an accident, but something's gonna suck a fuck. Like they're gonna find out that there's like asbestos in it or something. SNS's track record's sucking an ass, and I really hope they get over that shit, because if not, they're gonna be the next like fucking Skyline. And we really don't need that shit. Which I cannot believe Skyline even fucking got contracts. Like, I mean, after all of their failed attempts at the Six Flags fucking shit, and they still got contracts at over Georgia and over Texas, I guess. That's the 2 parks, right? And those fuckers, like one of them derailed, like nobody got hurt or something. Like that's a terrible track record. Anyway, so we are around the like terrible kid coaster shit. I think that's what we just looked at. And man, that thing fucking sucked. I remember one lap, I'm like, wow, that sucks. I'm glad there's only 1 lap left because I can't really take that much. And then the descendants were like 5 or 6 fucking laps. Jesus, it was horrible. I was like, you know that I want to get off Children's Coaster 1? God, I was feeling that like less than halfway through the park. This is like the boardwalk of coasters that go plenty long. And in the case of the Children's Coaster, fucking longer than I fucking want it to. You see how I'm multitasking? This is how I ran a lot of this trip. I didn't spend a lot of time at a lot of these parks, so I'm sitting here taking pictures for my Instagram and shit. Funbox coasters as well. I don't think I've ever, in 2.5 years, advertised my Instagram. Funbox coasters. The reason why it's that is because Funbox Karaoke is my karaoke channel. It's whatever. That used to be the name of this channel before I realized that the association between being a karaoke channel owner and a coaster channel owner have fuck all to do with each other, so I isolated them. Anyway, Gale Force is, if you're a coaster enthusiast and you think it's, if you don't give a fuck about burning money, like $10 a ride type of shit, Gale Force and Wild Waves are absolutely worth it, and I absolutely recommend it. I don't recommend their kiddie coaster, and I don't even remember the orange one, the spinning thing. It doesn't matter. If you're credit whoring, great place. 4 coasters in a place with the footprint of a fuck. What is this? Did I like forget to no, I think I did that on purpose. Fuck, man. My filming is such a fuck. You see how the sun's setting? So that tells the chronology of the day. In my 3rd of 4 parks of the day, we started at Idlewild in Pennsylvania, then Dutch Wonderland in Pennsylvania, then this fucking place. And then if you stay tuned, like a week after you see this video or something, I'm going to release the fucking Maury's Piers video to close off one of the craziest days of my life. But God, what a great day, man. I enjoyed my time at Castaway Cove. Love for you locals that you have access to this place. I don't, because New Orleans fucking sucks. Have a great night.